Hey guys, hi, welcome back to Radiant Guardians, welcome back. Please rock that like, subscribe and share for you girl. I would really appreciate that, guys. And also check out the links in the description box down below. There you'll find a link to 2 meditations and also a link to our Telegram chat group where you could come and join at any time. The door is wide open, and starseeds, way showers and light workers are all sharing wonderful information and also interacting with one another. So it's very lovely in the house, you guys. Nice, warm and friendly. Yeah. Alright, so I've got my notes and I'm going to share with you what has been placed upon my heart. So what I've got here is that this is really amazing, this message that came through, and I had to jot down some notes because what I do is that when I get a download, and as I'm getting this download is coming in, right? And the thing is that when you get a download, you've got to put it into your own words, you've got to put it into your own understanding and how you present it. Okay, so you get a download and it's coming in like really fast, and so you're picking up bits and pieces of that download that's coming in, because sometimes it's just coming way too fast and it's like really hard to try and keep up with what's coming in, what's flowing in. So what I do is that when it's coming in, I just collectively think to myself, okay, I'll grab that, yeah, got that, taking some notes down, putting all of the really important parts of it, and then what I do is that I bounce off of the information that comes in, the downloads that come in, and then I share it with you guys. So I take all these notes down and I bounce off what's coming in and I word it, and then I deliver it to you guys. Alright, so I've got this download. This download came through and I started putting it all together, putting my notes together and everything like that, and now I'm going to share it with you guys. Okay, but before I do that, guys, how you all doing out there? Hope you're all staying safe and warm. I hear about all the riots that are going on in America, so guys, please stay safe and stay warm if you're in fall, or stay nice and cool if you're in your summer. Spring, summer, yeah. And yeah, just guys, be aware, be super aware, and just take care. Okay, there's a lot that's going on in the world these days because a lot of information is being exposed out into the open. A lot of things that are hidden in the dark, right? A lot of truth that is hidden in the dark, that is hidden from humanity, is coming out, and that information can cause a lot of aggression on the dark side. Alright, they're going to pull a lot of strings and they're going to cause a bit of chaos, a bit of low vibration. So just watch yourself. Alright, so just be careful, stay in a high vibration. Alright, stay in love. Okay, love is your superpower. That is my superpower. So love is my superpower. So yeah, stay in love, get out in nature if you can, go for walks, alright, and hug a few trees, okay, because the trees, they're amazing. They give off so much beautiful energy and it is awesome, you guys. Alright, so let's get into this. There's notes that I'm going to share with you, and this is about parallel worlds. Okay guys, this is about parallel worlds, multiverses, galaxies, universes, dream world. So I'm going to share that with you guys. Alright, and so these worlds are very real, you guys. Very, very real. As real as this one is that I am speaking from in the physical, right? Every parallel world, every multiverse, parallel world, dimension, guys, is physical. Okay, guys? It is all real. The dreams that you might be having and that you think you might be having are actually real, you guys. Okay? Every dream that you have experienced, every dream that you have encountered is a physical experience that is happening. Alright, guys? However, we don't realize that because we're not at a level of awareness, we're not at a level of awakening, we're not at a stage in our ascension where when we have these dreams, to us, they are just dreams when we wake up in this reality, in this physical plane of existence. Alright? So in this physical plane of existence, we wake up from what we thought was a dream. But what's happening is that when you go to sleep, okay, when you go to sleep, you travel. Your body, your spirit is in travel mode. Your body goes to sleep. This here, avatar body, vessel, whatever you want to call it, whatever you label it, okay, is in rest mode. Alright, so it's in sleep mode. And so now your spirit wakes up in another time and reality. Oh, I know, you guys. Alright, here we go. So they're not just dreams. They are the version of your existence in another world, you guys. A physical reality of you is living in another world. That's right. I said it, you guys. They're not just dreams. They are the version of you and your existence in another world. A physical reality of you is living in another world. Living a completely different life. I know, right? Oh my God. So in these other worlds, you might be a doctor, lawyer, bus driver, homeless. You might be man, woman, nurse, mechanic, teacher, wife, husband. You may be any one of those things. A teenager, a baby, etc. Alright? And get this, you guys, get this. All these other versions of you also experience this reality right here. They experience this reality right here through what they believe was a dream to them. To you. To you in another reality, in another time. When you go to sleep in that reality and that time, and you go to sleep in that time, your spirit in that reality travels, and it may even travel to this time and experience this, like coming into this avatar and experiencing that. Oh my God. Alright, so they'll explain all those other versions of you also experience the reality through what they believe was a dream to them. So they'll explain it to friends or family members that they had this weird dream, right? But little do they know, the dream they believe they had is in fact real. I know, you guys. Oh my gosh. I mean, I've had this experience, and you experience another reality. Alright, I'll tell you guys about this. I'll share this with you guys. Just put my notes down. Upon waking and getting a download about parallel worlds and living lives in other worlds and, having a life in an existent world, okay, I've got to put it like this. I had this dream, but I know now that it was not a dream. And so in this dream, right, this dream-like state, in this dream, it was like physically real. I could feel, I could hear, I could see, I could communicate with the people that were in that reality, that were in that life, the existing life that I'm living in another dimension. Okay, guys? And so in it, I'm having, I think I might be, because I was like wearing these clothes that I would never or not normally wear. And I thought to myself, I have got to go home and change, and I've got to go home and change very quickly. That's a thought that came to me because I was looking at myself and what I was wearing, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't normally wear these kind of clothes. I'm going to go home and change because I don't want to be seen in exactly what it is that I was wearing. So there I am. I'm racing home, trying to get home, right? And I go through these buildings and go through this passageway and things like that. And then all I could hear was this, excuse me, excuse me. And I was like, no, I hope they're not talking to me. So I just walk faster. And then I walk into a shop, right? And I go and hide. I go and hide inside of one of those dressing rooms where you go and change into something and try it on. So I go in one of those cubicles, and then I get a knock. And I was like, no, can't be. And whoever it was that was saying, excuse me, was knocking at the door and wanting to talk to me. And I was like, oh. So I opened the door, and these two teenage girls standing there, they're asking me about this. They were asking me about a concert that was going to happen that night. And they said that I had all the info, and they said that I knew where it was going to be, what time it was going to be, and who was playing at this concert and what the name of the concert was. And but they also knew what the name of the concert was, and they said Exeria concert. Okay. Now I thought to myself, well, hold on, guys. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, they asked about a concert called Exeria, and I gave them a little bit of information, and I says I don't know a heck of a lot, but I can tell you this. So we're having this conversation, and they said something else to me, and I says, look, you're going to have to speak up because I can hardly hear you. You kind of like sound like you're mumbling or muffling under your breath. So you need to speak up so that I can hear you. And so she spoke clearly and loudly, her and her friend. And yeah, and I was like having this interaction, communication with these two girls, and it was very real, you guys. So real that after they had left, my son gave me these earplugs to hold on to for his I think it was for his phone, to plug it in to listen to music or something. So he gave them to me to hold on to, and so I stuck them in my pocket and to give it back to him later. So yeah, he was there in this reality time and world that I had gone to while I was in rest period in this dimension. And then I meet another guy, right? This guy had blue mohawk, and I thought, well, that, that's different. Blue mohawk. And he gave me these tickets, and they were like tickets to a concert. So they were like, I got 2 tickets to go to this concert, and it's called Exeria. Exeria, to me, it sounded like something that, the Pleiadians or the Arcturians would probably set up and call it an Exeria concert. So I've got these 2 tickets, and that's where it had ended there, and I had woken up, and when I came back into my body, it's like I just couldn't stop thinking about it, and thinking how real it was, and how realistic it was, how physical it felt, and the communication was very clear communication, as if I'm sitting here like talking to you guys and making this video, and seeing everything around me. So that's how clear it was. That is what we call the parallel worlds, and worlds that we live in existence. I mean, existing in other worlds like that. Alright, let's keep going. So I just wanted to really touch base with you guys on that one. And so yeah, they explained to their friends and family members that they had this weird dream, but little do they know the dream is actually in fact real. And so they just haven't reached their level of awakening or higher consciousness awareness yet. That tells them, hey, that's me living in another world. So what I gather also is that we are at a level of awareness and awakening, higher states of consciousness awareness. Okay, so you might be in harmonic universe 1, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so those are the dimensions. And then there's harmonic universe 2, which is 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then harmonic universe 3, which is 9, 10, 11, 12. So when you experience higher consciousness awareness in your journey of ascending, then you are able to, you keep all of the power of awareness, right? Because you are, how do we say, you elevate to a higher level of consciousness awareness in your journey, in your ascension, in your awakening right here on planet Earth in this current situation of the golden age. And as you raise up your frequency, energy, vibration, as you begin to do all the inner work, do all the cleansing, the clearing, right? Opening chakras, aligning, coming into alignment, and for yourself, you are actually starting to level up in higher states of consciousness awareness. And when you begin to level up in higher states of consciousness awareness, when you go to sleep, like what I have done, is that you also experience lives in other dimensions, and you wake up in those dimensions. All right, and you not only do you know that you're ascending here, but when you are in those other lives, physical lives, and other realities, you also remember that you are ascending and that you are awakened. All right? Oh my God, it's so cool. It is so cool, you guys, because even in that reality, you're experiencing awakening, you're experiencing ascension. All right? And I do recall that Ishmael Perez made a video where in other realities you are experiencing ascension, you are ascending. And then he never mentions that you will remember, but the fact is that you will experience those realities and those timelines, those times, realities, parallel worlds, multiverses. All right, so you will remember those. All right, so let's keep going. What else have I got here? It's okay. So this is the whole truth about this. We even have producers of movies, right? Producers of movies who are wide awake and about this truth, and that they are cleverly creating movies to prod and poke us awake to this reality, to this truth, such as movies For example, like Doctor Strange, you guys. Oh my God. Have you guys seen that movie, Doctor Strange, where he goes into other parallel worlds or other worlds and he meets up with himself? Now that's kind of a little different because he's meeting up with himself. But what is happening is, in the truth of it, is that the movie's trying to explain to us, is trying to bring awareness to us that we are living in multiple parallel worlds like this one. And but because he went into another time and dimension, he met himself. Now, we don't meet ourselves because when our body goes to sleep here, right, it stays here. Right, it doesn't go anywhere. It's only your spirit, your soul, wakes up in another dimension. Okay, guys, so remember that your soul, spirit wakes up in another dimension and reality and time. Okay, and that's why when we think that we're having dreams, and because we wake up over here in this reality and time, it's like, oh, well, that was a strange dream. Well, it wasn't a dream, you guys. It was not a dream. Okay, it was you living in another existence, in a parallel world. That's what that is. Alright, guys, they are as real as this right here. And I'll tell you now, if let's say you in another parallel world living an existent life wakes up in that existent life, will also say exactly the same thing, that they had a strange dream and they came into this reality. All right, so I hope that makes sense. All right, but it's amazing. So yeah, the movie Doctor Strange, go check it out. And we see in these movies where one part he is a bad and wicked character. So, and then in another he is a good guy. So in other parallel worlds and other realities and times, you could be a bad person, you could be a good person, you could be a doctor, you could be a policeman, you could be a criminal, you could be anything, right? In those realities and parallel worlds and times. Yeah. However, in those realities, there is an awakening that is happening. And the ascension is happening everywhere, you guys. Everywhere. In the universe, the galaxies, in the harmonic universe 1, 2, and 3, it is happening. Alright, that's why this is the big one, you guys. And we see in this movie, right, where one part is bad and the other is good, and all this is telling us is that it is telling us the truth of these multiple lives we are living in other parallel worlds. Oh, super amazing. So the reason I say this is because I have experienced that awakening in another world and in other worlds, and to realize, you know, it's all physical. It is all physical experience that I was having with other people in it, and being able to physically grab items and hold and touch things. So I shared a little bit with you guys already about that, and being able to, you know, I had these tickets in my hands, I could feel them. Okay, they were real, I could feel them. I had the earphones, and I was holding those and I stuck them in my pocket so I could feel that, everything that was going on. And even talking to these girls that were wanting to know information about the concert. And I had to ask them, look, please, I can hardly hear you, please speak clearly and loudly for me so that I can understand what it is that you're saying. So, alright, so let's just keep going. Yep, and be able to physically grab things and hold on to things. In that world, and shockingly come to where did I go? Come to a realization that it is me living in another life, in a whole other reality. Oh, I know, right? That is so amazing. That is so amazing, you guys. Alright, so guys, when you reach a degree of awakening and are shown that there are not one, not two, but many, many versions of yourselves in other parallel worlds, it will even blow your mind. Alright, so the next time you lay down and go to sleep and you have a experience in another parallel world and dimension, try to think in that situation that you are an awakened soul, spirit, consciousness, having that experience in another dimension, another time, parallel world. Alright? Alright, now let's go even deeper. Alright, let's delve deeper into this. So why don't they want us to know about this? Why do they not want us to know the truth about this? And why keep it a big secret? Why hide it, right? Or conceal it? Well, alright, hold on. It is because we can communicate with others in other worlds and dimensions. In those other worlds and dimensions and in those parallel worlds, we can communicate to them. We can bring that truth. We can bring the truth of what is happening here is also happening there. Right? Oh my God. That just gave me chills. Gave me goosebumps. Because we can communicate with them what is going on here is also happening in their reality and time. You guys, if they not have gotten the experience or the truth yet, then we can actually share that truth and speak that truth. Oh my goodness. Whoa. So advanced beings, so it's like the truth and what has been going on for millions of lifetimes as well. So advanced beings want to hold the upper hand and power in all realities. They want power, control in all realities, you guys, in all parallel worlds, in all multiverses, in all galaxies. They want that upper hand and power. Oh, not today, my friend, not today. And so, yeah, and as long as you stay plugged into the 3D matrix and still asleep, they can control everything. They can. They will control everything. So the prime example of this movie, Matrix, right? Everybody remembers the Matrix. Resurrection. Neo's therapist. Right, you guys? A prime example of this movie is Neo's therapist. Having power and control of Neo's experience in different scenarios. Notice how he was able to manipulate Neo, right? Manipulate him, manipulate his reality, control his reality. Right, guys? Oh my goodness. And so in every different scenario or timeline, his therapist has the technology to change Neo's perceived reality and to make Neo believe that he is unstable and needs medication to help him stay calm. But what the medication is doing is just keeping him from the powerful abilities that that lines beneath, right? That lines up beneath. Alright. Yeah. Keeping Neo from discovering his truth and his power of how powerful he really is. That is amazing. And that's what that is all about. And it's like, you know, they keep that from us. They can change our reality. Everything is actually an illusion. We live in simulations. Alright? So all these parallel worlds, multiverses, simulations are versions of ourselves in all these other timelines and realities. Wow. So you say this is why all other parallel worlds we are unaware of the illusion playing out in those other worlds too. Alright guys, this is why they've tried so hard to work at really to keep us from waking up or experiencing our awakening to what's actually happening and what's going on. They know that once all versions of ourselves in parallel worlds awaken, the veil is lifted. Oh, heck yeah. The veil is lifted, you guys. Your eyes will see everything, and that was very deep in our subconscious mind to make us forget. Keep us from remembering that we are true divine. That we are the true divine, right? So as long as we have been kept in prison in a world that enslaves us, puts us to work to pay for our home planet, it is, you guys, how can we even live like that, right? How can we even live under an iron fist like that? It's just not fair. So for rich or poor, we end up on a hamster wheel. Some of us getting ahead of others in career-wise, marriage and families, and having everything like money can buy, but feel a deep emptiness or a cold for some reason. A deep emptiness or cold for some reason. And then there's those that live paycheck to paycheck, right? And living paycheck to paycheck, barely scraping by, but are happy to, and content, but still feel there's something more out there. There's something more that they can achieve and want in their lives. So this is what it is talking about. Kept in a low vibration frequency, right? To keep us from awakening, experiencing all these other parallel worlds, and knowing that those other parallel worlds are actually real realities, and having our version of selves in all other dimensions. Oh my God. Yeah, awakening in all those dimensions taking place. So there's more to this information, guys, and I'll share that in another video and go deeper, even deeper on this subject. And yeah, but it's where my guiding Atlantean team will have me touch base with you guys at the moment. So I'm just going to stop right here, and I will leave it for another video and share with you guys more and go even deeper and deeper into this parallel worlds. And yeah, it's amazing, you guys, truly amazing. So your dreams are not actually dreams, they're actually in fact other parallel versions of you in different worlds, right? There's versions of you living in existing worlds and dimensions. So, oh my God, that is so amazing, and I just blew my mind when I experienced that. Alright, so I just wanted to share that with you, and yeah, right now I've got to go and do a bit of shopping. I also know that Ishmael's got a live coming up in about 15 minutes now. So I'm not home for that live, but I'm just letting you guys know that that live is happening. And yeah. Alright, well, I've got to head off to town, but if you like this video, subscribe, share and like. I appreciate all subscribers, everybody who shares, and everyone who watches. I love you guys. Thank you for thank you for watching. Also drop comments in the comment section down below. Let me know how you're going, let me know how you're feeling, and also don't forget, keep hugging those trees, going out in nature walk and having some meditation time and some me time as well. Alright guys, I love you so much. I will catch you on the next video. Thank you for being here. I love you guys. Alright, Radiant out. Bye guys, bye.